We think a lot of times our kids are, for some reason, are not good judge of characters, but I tell you, both of mine have been phenomenal judges of character, and we have been blessed, and more than blessed is highly favored of the people that's taken up with our kids. That's very important. Um, we've sort of guarded with who we let them go with and who we let them hang out with and all this. And I'm glad we did at the time, because looking back now, my 19-year-old is in Hickory by himself, and I would hate to see my 19-year-old right now not being brought up the way he got brought up. There are so many things that happens in the house and at school, and what he's been offered and what he's turned down. I praise God, I've got a youngin' that whether it's right or wrong, he'll come back, he'll sit down and just tell you. And he'll just straight to your face. I'm like, oh, dear Lord. And he'll flat out tell you if he don't know something, he'll flat out ask you. Yeah. I sat down one time and I had a very detailed. I'll leave you with this. I probably shouldn't. Block your ears, Quanah, because here it rolls. I'll get beat going home. But anyway, I took, Quanah said one time, she said, it's the time for the talk. And I said, what talk? She says, you know the talk. I said, okay. She said, he's a boy, it's yours. So a couple of weeks ago, I got to return the favor. I said, she said, we need to have the talk with the little one. I said, she's a girl, she's yours. So as all men, I take Zeb and we go out to the woods. I found a great big rock. We climb up on it. I said, I think it's time you learned about this subject. I done everything. I explained everything in very vivid detail what occurred. He gave me a face, sort of like Chris gives me a face sometimes when I start talking about something like. He had a face sort of like. I thought so. I got done, and I thought he was taking it in. I thought he was processing it. He was 5th or 6th grade. I went through the whole spiel, nothing but silence. I looked and I said, I finished, and I said, what do you think? He went, nuh-uh. And I went, uh-huh. And he goes, I don't know why you bring me out the woods, just to lie to me. I said, I've done my part. If you got any further questions, ask your mama. So that's where we left it. He went, nuh-uh. So anyway, Quanah says wrap it up. I guess my time is up for tonight. So, oh Lordy. He saw me still here, and he stopped. He had that bow. I thought he stole it. He had that bow, and he stopped because he didn't know why I was still here. So he stopped to check on me. Scared me to death because I had a little on. He kicked the door. Scared me to death, but that's the kind of food he does. When he drove by the church, he saw my car here and the lights on. He stopped to make sure everything was okay. That's the kind of thing. I would hate to back up, though, and all what he's told us he's faced just this year without knowing favored. I'd hate to be there. I'd hate to be a parent out of those doors tonight. I'd hate to be that parent tonight, not living for Christ. That would scare me to death. Not that we did anything special, but we raised him in church, and that made all the difference. So. Yeah, even if he strays, and he may, he'll still remember parts of that. He still, yeah. But I hope he looks and he says, golly, Mom and Dad was highly favored. So.
That's what we were. I wouldn't pray for that. I never thought what Daddy raised us right.
Right. I always come back. You always thought about it.
It never leaves.
Yeah. True.
Of course, I stepped all over mine for a while.
Right. They will. Absolutely. Anyway. Anybody else?
foundation you gave them when they were younger.
Well, what y'all think about ending in a circle of prayer tonight? We used to do that all the time here, and I always liked it. Let's do that tonight if you want to.
Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for loving us enough, God, to bring us together, Father, Lord, to allow us to learn from one another the things that you've taught us in life, God. Father, sometimes we don't realize just how blessed we are, Father, in just knowing that you died on a cross for us. God, I pray that every family that leaves this room tonight, Father, that you would give them traveling grace, that you would protect their families, God, that you keep them during the week, Father, those that aren't here, God, that want to be and can't be, God, that you make a way, those that should be and aren't, God, that you deal with them, Father. But God, nevertheless, we love you for the privilege and honor to be in your house, to be called your children. God, we give you the praise and the glory and honor in your precious name.